Cover!
Hello dear viewer and welcome to the sexiest Fallout 4 build. Fallout 4, the game where you convert your excess testosterone into chem-induced fits of rage and ingenious inventions. Except with this build. This is all about estrogen. With this build, we start with plain 1 in all physical stats and never increase it. All she has to throw at the many dangers of nuclear wasteland is her irresistible charm, although Deathclouds seem to be quite capable of resisting it unfortunately, her smarts and a bit of luck. She can inspire her followers to do magnificent feats of battle, courage and convince all types of enemies to stop fighting or even follow her. If her pacifying influence fails, she can put out the will to fight of most enemies with a non-negotiable injection. With maybe a few exceptions, as long as well-armed follower is around, she can succeed at all kinds of dangerous missions wearing only her cute little dress. Look, if you seek to push against stereotypes, you have come to the wrong place. This is the real lady's lady, and she doesn't get her hands dirty unless there is no other choice. So builds like this with personality stats only, well, they suck in Fallout 4. It's a stealth build without the access to sneak perk, a ranged build without the means to improve the damage of long-range weapons, and a no-armor build without the ability to make higher tier ballistic weave. So it looks like we are doomed, but all you need is precise and concise early game plan. The cornerstone of our success is the Syringer rifle. But Belly, I hear you say, Syringer ammo requires rare resources to craft and most of it becomes useless before level 20. Ah well, most syringes you can load into Syringer is, in fact, stupidly underpowered, except the Pax syringe, though. Pax syringes work on almost every type of enemy, except robots. They have a near 100% chance to trigger their effect on hit, and it happens regardless of the enemy level, meaning you will always be able to force almost every enemy to stop fighting. Moreover, once they stop fighting, they also stop looking for you, meaning you don't even need the sneak perk to sneak up close enough to perform some pickpocketing. But Belly, I hear you say, pickpocketing is nearly worthless in this game. Even reverse pickpocketing grenades is an inferior choice comparing to simply lobbing grenades. It's dangerous and it can fail. Well, it's nearly 100% effective when using the most powerful guaranteed one-hit kill weapon of the game, the caltrops. Yep, apparently for the purposes of reverse pickpocketing, the game thinks humble caltrops, which you can craft with no perks and using 5 bits of steel, no rare components at all, so the game thinks caltrops are grenades. When you reverse pickpocket them into enemy inventory, they do their confused animation and instantly die, no matter their HP, no matter their level, just an insta-kill for the price of 5 steel. So your Syringer disables everybody's will to fight, allowing you to sneak up to them and plant your little steel prick in their pants, disabling their existence altogether. This strategy poses another problem to solve. You are going to need a lot of Pax syringes, which means you'll need a lot of Nuka-Cola. Tons of it. You can of course get a mod allowing you to craft Nuka-Cola, but I treat this as a little bit of a challenge run, so here's what you can do to get plenty of the stuff in vanilla. First of all, when you first reach Diamond City, there is a lot of Nuka lying around the marketplace. Don't pick them up instantly, that would be stealing, just grab them, move them somewhere where you are not detected, and then pick them up, which apparently is not stealing. Next step, buy all Nuka-Colas the city has to offer. Colonial Tap House has a chance for as much as 5 in 1 inventory respawn. Bobrov's can have up to 2. If all that is still not enough, rent a bed and sleep or simply wait somewhere for 48 hours. Next day in the morning, the inventory of all mansions should be reset. Buy all Nuka-Colas and repeat the cycle as many times as you need to have, like, say, 20 of them. This should happen as soon as your first visit to Diamond City, when you will also need to buy your Syringer rifle itself from the doctor. But going back to the start, your first days in the playthrough should look more or less as Todd envisioned. Go to Concord with the dog meat, save the heroic quest dispenser and his team. I guess you are allowed to use power armor just this once against the Deathclaw, even though it is horribly unladylike. From there, go back to Sanctuary and recruit Codsworth. In the early game, he is going to be an absolute death ball. With Codsworth, start slow and careful exploration of the surrounding area. Abernathy Farm and Ten Pines Bluff will have somewhat easy raider-destroying quests, which should be perfectly doable with Codsworth. As you collect junk and gear, keep an eye out for the US Covert Operations Manual magazines. They can grant you enough of a buff to your sneaking. You should be able to remain undetected if you don't get too close and when Codsworth draws all attention to himself, even without any ranks in sneak. As you do it, build yourself a mudfruit farm. Mudfruit is another ingredient for syringes. Somewhere around level 10, go to Diamond City for the aforementioned Nuka-Cola acquisition. Avoid Lexington, help the Brotherhood, as the entire quest can be done by hiding behind Paladin Downs and can yield decent rewards. Then go to the city, again avoiding fights as much as possible. You can go into Lexington on your way back as soon as you have a few syringes. Other than that, keep upgrading your starter settlements, thus getting quite some experience in a no-risk fashion. Before level 14, the first ranks of all the pacification perks, so Animal Friend, Wasteland Whisperer, Intimidation and Robotics Expert, as well as one rank of Chemist, should be unlocked. And now you are ready to start the Automatron questline. This is rather scary because even with the Robotics Expert, you still need to get within melee range of them. Some mechanist robots will easily be able to one-hit kill you. The one answer to that available in what we are allowed to do within this challenge is Jet. Or even better, Ultra Jet. This allows you to easily avoid most attacks and still hack all robots in need of hacking. Not very ladylike either, but there is no other choice. Then you get the ability to build a robot workbench and you need to take a rank of Science. With Science, you can upgrade Codsworth with Tesla Coils or Stealth Field. Both will have a subtle yet impactful influence. Stealth Field means you sneak even better without sneak, accidentally creating the desired situation of Codsworth attracting all the enemy attention before you are spotted, giving you plenty of time to calm them down with syringes or pacification perks. Now you need to join the Railroad, not even for the ballistic weave, but for the ability to buy Stealth Boys. Now there's the last cherry on top. You need an enraging legendary weapon, preferably a lightweight action point effective one like 10mm pistol. I did use a mod, Love to Craft Legendary, to transfer my first enraging effect to a 10mm. That's a little bit pantsy for a challenge run, but luckily there is a guaranteed enraging weapon in Quincy Ruins. Good Intentions, a laser rifle. That won't deal a lot of damage, but with the critical bunker perk you will be able to store the critical hits, therefore triggering the enraging effect whenever you most need it. You will also need as many powered armored effects as possible to restore your action points fast. Given this lady insists on going everywhere in a cute little dress, you may be restricted to just 2 shoulder slots for that, so craft as many jet fuel chems as you can. It grants an insane AP regen, so even when using the vanilla enraging rifle instead of a 10mm, you should still be able to trigger the rage, cause them to fight each other quite frequently. From there, you are ready to face most challenges, resolving every quest that has a peaceful solution peacefully, and otherwise just manipulating your enemies while sending your follower ahead to take the heat of battle and give you the time to execute your crowd control techniques. Upon reaching rank 3 of Science, you can retire Codsworth and take a human follower and put them in the best power armor you can get. Install Tesla Coils on the power armor torso now, and this will deal damage over time to anything that tries to get close to your friends. Keep that follower stocked with Stimpack and ammo. Give them the best weapons you can get. You will hardly ever be in direct danger at this point. And your inspirational perk will come to play as your friend goes in, guns blazing, with you making his job manifold easier by causing chaos among your foes and recruiting them to your side. Some fights are still going to be a nightmare, namely Coulter fight if you ever decide to start the Nuka World questline, and the final confrontation with the Mechanist if you want to go there. Most of the Commonwealth challenges will be perfectly under your control though. These two mods here were used to make my life a tad easier by moving around legendary effects and making armor pieces invisible so they don't clash with the color of my cute little dress. However, the build was tested extensively in the pure vanilla conditions and it is perfectly playable provided you stick to the plan. We started the game with plain 1 in most special attributes except Charisma, Intelligence and Luck. So we have full 10 in Charisma, 7 in Intelligence and 7 in Luck. Intelligence can be increased to 8 with your special book granting you early access to Robotics Expert. There will be little need to train Luck, however 1 rank of 4 Leaf Clover can help you a bit with banking more criticals for your enraging weapon before all ranks of Critical Banker are available. Consider 4 Leaf Clover optional. So let's look at the perks one by one. In Charisma we need tons of stuff, at least 2 ranks of Cup Collector so that we can buy ammunition and Nuka-Cola in your own settlements and earn more caps over time. Black Widow, only 1 rank, mainly for the roleplay of things. It's a nice bonus against those pesky men, but unfortunately Intimidation perk is way more useful to us since we will never deal a lot of damage anyway. And unfortunately here, the Black Widow perk is a complete Bethesda, decreasing the chance of successful pacification of men instead of increasing it with rank 2 or higher. Rank 1 still works as intended and that's why I took just the first rank. Animal Friend is taken but with low priority. Almost all types of enemies are better allies than animals and we will be able to affect them all. Local Leader, both ranks unlocked pretty much as soon as possible, will make your life easier by making Nuka-Colas and ammunition available at your home base, and over a very long playthrough make the entire Commonwealth safer with well-armed provisioners going around. All ranks of Party Girl can be taken around level 37 when the final rank becomes available, since we mainly need the perk for its ultimate luck bonus to build up crits faster, and not really for the alcohol buffs. We buff ourselves with chems. Now you may think drugs and alcohol abuse is unbefitting of a lovely glamorous lady like this one, but have you considered Hollywood stars? Then we need 2 ranks of Inspirational. We want our follower to fight as effectively as possible, since so much depends on them. And of course all 3 ranks of Wasteland Whisperer and Intimidation to get as many extra allies as humanly possible. Enemies pacified with these perks also want to look for you, so you can absolutely plant caltrops in their pants when you no longer need them. For Intelligence perks, 1 or 2 ranks of Medic will be helpful enough to keep your puny health bar filled. 1 rank of Gunnet is enough to put some decent scopes on your Syringer, allowing you to pacify enemies before they can even see you. Hacker 3 was taken to hack all the terminals. Lockpicking will need to be delegated to a Mr. Handy robot of your own making, or to Kate, of course. Science 3 for your friends mainly, so you can put Tesla coils on power armor. Only the first rank is absolutely crucial though, as it grants you Tesla coils for Codsworth. You can start unlocking this perk after the robot workbench is available. Chemist 1 is necessary to craft jet fuel, and Ultra Jet, both necessary to survive more challenging fights. Later on, you may take more ranks to prolong the jet slow time effect. Finally, all the ranks of Robotics Expert are here to control yet another type of enemies. Getting close enough to hack may be challenging for you at times, but robots, once recruited, stay with you as long as they can fight, and it is not chance-based at all, so it is totally worth it to grab a robot before a harder dungeon crawl. Now, Gunslinger is an agility perk, but also a level 1 perk. Trust me, trying to survive this challenge without it is going to be extra hellish on higher difficulties. This way, you can at least keep a decent high damage revolver like .44 say, or a Western revolver for the times when your combat plan fails and your followers can't take all the enemies to the chest. In luck, Mysterious Stranger 3 and Critical Bunker 4 are the only perks we truly really need. Mysterious Stranger can be gained to use him most efficiently. Basically, enter VATS, Q 1 attack and 1 attack only, execute that attack and leave VATS. Do it again and again until the stranger appears. It is a little bit annoying to execute, so do it mainly when you see most enemies going after your friends. And Critical Bunker is absolutely critical to use the enraging effect effectively. With this combo, you can plan perfectly which enemies to enrage for maximum mayhem. Take all 4 ranks as soon as they become available. Rank 2 requires level 17, and coincidentally it is also around the level you can become a little bit more stunning and brave and face some more challenging locations with the help of your Tesla coiled Mr. Handy. Right, most of the gear has already been mentioned: an enraging pistol if possible, or the unique Good Intentions rifle for the enraging effect, a .44 or a Western revolver just in case, and most importantly the Syringer rifle for the ultimate crowd control of packed syringes. And yes, for the outfit, given we can't use higher tier ballistic weave, endurance and or agility clothes would be much better than the cute dresses I wear in the video. I was, however, hellbent on facing all the challenges while looking absolutely fabulous. And it is mostly doable. I guess you can be forgiven for using hazmat suit in the glowing sea and hopping into power armor for the most challenging locations. And ta-ta, a lovely lady facing the post-nuclear wasteland with the power of sex appeal and wit. Playing like this requires some good reaction time and practice, as well as recalibrating your entire mindset. You are not the one to run into the fight guns blazing, your followers are for that. You make everything around them die, go crazy and fight each other, or just calm down completely, paving the way for your friends to succeed. Quite many times I entered the final room where the raider boss should be, only to discover said boss is no longer alive because either Codsworth or some enraged enemy just dealt with them off-screen. And now the build is done. All that remains is to beg for likes, comments and general engagement, as well as a friendly reminder about supporting your favorite YouTubers financially if you can. Have a lot of fun and we will see each other again. Bye bye.